After Yang is the newest film from the director of Columbus. I had a brain fart there. I like After Yang. It's not my favorite of the festival, but it's pretty good. I enjoyed this movie a lot. It's about Colin Farrell and his family and their android, their techno-sapien son, who randomly stops working and they have to try to get him fixed. That's it.
That kind of sadness is usually just about awareness of our temporality.
This pillow is in my way. I enjoy how simple and stripped back it was, because it is nice to watch one of these films that is in a near future, but it feels grounded. It feels like even though it's in the future, it doesn't care about that as much, because that's not part of the story. And that's what I'll say about a lot of this movie. Any of that type of thing you'd see in a near future movie is stripped away. And I enjoyed that it really focuses on this family and basically nothing else. It's very nice to watch a movie that is just hyper-focused on what it needs to be hyper-focused on. And the characters here are interesting enough to get by. I will say I wish there was more with them. I wish there was more character development specifically with Colin Farrell's character. He's the main, and at one point they say he's like against clones, but that doesn't really go anywhere, and he doesn't ever show behavior that shows that he's against clones. They just say he is, and then suddenly he meets one and then it's fine. A lot of the movie feels like it could have been elevated with just a little bit more character work, a little bit more arc for everybody involved. It's essentially a mystery movie without much of a mystery. Colin Farrell is going through the brain of Yang, his techno-sapien son, and just trying to piece together who he was before they got to know him, which is ultimately the biggest thing that this movie is about. You never really know people, and even though you may know somebody or you think you know somebody, you really don't.
Loss, that is happening around the corner. And I don't want to be devastated by it, like in a kind of sadness that makes you non-functional. But there's also some real truth in that I'm aware of. So I say that as someone who hasn't, attained whatever that is, but I'm wrestling with it.
It feels like the story doesn't have a clear thrust, because it's just Colin Farrell going through the memories of Yang, and that's really it. It's not like he's trying to solve some deep mystery or trying to figure out who Yang was in his past life because it may lead to something. It's just, I'm gonna look at his memories and maybe I'll connect with him a little bit more. I'd give it a 7. I know I sound a little bit down on it, but I do think it's good. It's very watchable. The pacing is solid. It looks nice. The performances are good. The direction is good. The music is nice. Everything about it on the surface is really well done. And even there's parts of it with the characters and the plot where I got like perked up and I was like, ooh, that's something, like when they said Colin Farrell is a bigot against clones. I was like, hey, this is something, and then it doesn't really go anywhere. So 7, maybe 6, but 7 for now. I like it. I don't love it.